now at the hour. And for that, I would like to hand over to David to introduce our speaker today. David, over to you.
Hi, everyone. David here. Our speaker today is Cesar Serrano. A bit of background about him. I get the profile here from the interview, the text here. So his primary area of knowledge lies in the building materials and construction. They provide the intensive experience in field and various latest industry development. And he also they develop market research, strategy, business plans, assisting business in asset acquisition and completing due diligence processes. So maybe Cesar can introduce yourself again and present your presentation as well. Over to you, Cesar.
Hello, everyone. I'm Cesar Serrano. And so let me share the screen. Sure. And are you basically looking at the slide?
Yeah, everything.
Yes.
It's coming out well. Okay, my name is, I'm Cesar Serrano. I'm located in Miami. And we help businesses expand or grow or attain sustainable and profitable growth, either in their markets or across borders. We also help businesses source products globally or locally. Please put your microphones on mute. And so what I'm going to explain, and I'm going to go through the services that we provide as a business. This is the new image of the business, which is what I'm going to touch on that as well. The topics that we will address is the new image, the services that we provide, and what are the areas of focus? What are the services that we are requested the most from our clients? First of all, as you may be aware, we used to have our logo was the one on the left. So we moved to the right. This is the new logo of Opportunus Group. We changed the branding. When we started, we basically, the message and that we had on our portal was basically aligned with what we thought were the services that we were for the most part, we were going to focus on delivering to our clients. The mix changed. Things evolved, especially after COVID. And so we modified completely the message in our website and social media to basically reflect the needs of our clients. And we updated social media, and basically we developed a marketing strategy. So that's where we are right now. So now this is the new look and feel of our brand. There's three services that we provide. One is advisory services, fractional executive expertise, and business management consulting services or research. Advisory services we usually do to entities like we work with SeedStars, which is an angels investment fund located in Switzerland. We also work with SAFIM in Switzerland. We help those organizations. We mentor the technology startups that they either fund or support. SAFIM has a program in Africa, which is Women Entrepreneurship for Africa. And we help these entrepreneurs, women. We've been helping companies or entrepreneurs in Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, Nigeria. And for Seedstars, we've been advising and providing mentorship to startups basically all over the world. They work especially in emerging markets across the world. Fractional executive, there's some noise on the mic. Please put your microphones on mute. Fractional executive expertise, that type of services we usually provide to companies that do not have the size, that the size is not big enough to hire a full-time executive. So we basically provide fractional, and the way we charge for our services is based on the time and effort to manage those organizations. And we have business consulting services. That is probably most of represents 90% of our revenue. And there's two types of projects that we engage in, either research, market research, or business management consulting. Some of the services that we basically are, for the most part, we deliver to our clients are market analysis. We can identify the size of the market, the size of the opportunity, the competitors, what is their market share, what is their positioning, market drivers, the dynamics, and the political, economic, and social impact of the country in those segments. Basically, this helps companies understand the customer needs and effectively expand into those markets. Usually, we get those requests from corporations and mid-sized companies entering new markets. Any questions on this so far? We also engage in business strategy. We put together business plans for companies that are entering in new markets. Basically, this allows those companies to clarify their goals and objectives, identify strengths and weaknesses, and basically make sure that they allocate the resources that they need in order to become or be successful in those new markets. We also assist companies in acquiring businesses and assets. When you want to acquire a company in the US, you usually, on the other side of the table, you're negotiating with a business broker and the owner that wants to sell the business. What we do, we are on the side of the buyer. We usually basically make sure that the buyer is not buying problems, is actually buying an asset that is going to deliver value. And in order to do that, we engage in the financial, operational, and legal due diligence. And based on those audits that we engage in, we evaluate the business or the asset and make sure that the buyer is not incurring in any type of liability. One of the other services that we provide is sourcing strategies. Most of the cases for wholesalers, distributors, or companies that want to expand their product offer, we can identify, qualify, and certify suppliers and their products to meet local legislation and to meet local certifications in terms of performance, quality, and any other attribute that the product has to have in order to be market. We also been working with manufacturers that want to relocate their manufacturing footprint. For them to relocate the manufacturing footprint, they need to develop a network of suppliers in the new market in order to be able to provide the services that are needed to their assembly lines. And we, in general, can put together soft landing programs that allows the entrant to have the right level of support, the infrastructure and facilities that they need to engage in doing business in the new market, networking and connections. We can do business development, provide business development assistance, and reduce the risk and cost of doing business in another market. So that's basically what we do. And we've been helping companies, especially we have a strong network in South America, overall in Latin America. And in terms of vendors, suppliers, we have a very strong network in China and in some countries in Southeast Asia as well. And basically that's what we do. Any questions?
Awesome, Cesar. Thank you very much. Any questions, please raise your hand. Please speak up. If there are none, I have one. Why don't you tell us about one of your recent projects?
Okay,
what did you do? Who was the customer?
Right now, a few of the last projects. Let's say, for instance, we're negotiating. One project that we're negotiating right now is for a company in the US that is basically, they're already in Latin America. I cannot disclose obviously names because we sign NDAs, but this is a company that is doing this is a company that is doing business already in Latin America, that they want to reassess the market share of their competitors, the market size, to incorporate new strategies to grow in Latin America, where the analysis is market research, and it includes, in the first phase, Brazil. The second phase is the rest of South America, and the third phase is Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean. And so we're dividing that market assessment into those three phases. That is one example. Another example is a company that's looking to access the market in the US. One of the things that we're still negotiating, because at in this type of projects, you have to align the work that you do to the goals of the business. And in some cases, the business has to reassess their goals. And so in this case, what we're doing is we're basically identifying and aligning to the client in terms of the goals and aspirations. Once we basically make sure that we understand that, and that they have a very well-defined objective, we basically based our analysis into accomplishing those goals. In this case, initially, they're looking to increase their market share in the US. Currently, they're only exporting in an opportunistic way. And what they want is to understand the market better, identify how those decisions are made in the US in terms of purchasing decisions. And then the third one is to develop together a strategy for they to consistently and in a very deliberate way to increase their market share in the US.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing these two projects with us. Are there any other questions?
I raised my hand there. Can I ask a
Sorry,
question?
Batia, go ahead. I didn't.
I'm doing as I'm asked. Hi, Cesar. It was very interesting. Thank you so much. I just wanted to ask if there's any, if you could identify one or two maybe verticals that you'd say that you specialize most in, both in terms of the in terms of the American market or US American market in general or South American market? And second, you mentioned the Swiss investment or angel fund. So if you can specify what is the preferred profile. So if we identify you and as a company, we can accept calling you saying, that's not in your domain, or that's exactly the company that you're looking for.
Right. So then let's say on the consulting side, we usually our level of expertise is mostly in building materials and construction. Everything around buildings, technologies around buildings. This could be heating, ventilation, and air conditioning equipment, fire suppression, fire detection, security. The projects that we've been engaging in have to do a lot with air condition, heating technologies. That is increasingly basically there's an increase. We're seeing a lot of investment in heating technologies. With this situation, the embargo on oil, the European Union and North America, they're engaging in basically moving out of fuel heating technologies to electric. Electric heat pumps are becoming more, the demand on electric heat pumps is becoming greater, and there's a lot of demand and there's no supply. So there's a lot of opportunities in that area. We're seeing a lot of opportunities in that area. So we're focused, basically, most of our expertise is on building materials and construction. And but we're agnostic. We've been working with other in other segments as well.
Okay, cool.
Now, coming back to
Cesar,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, we're just running, we're getting really close to the time. Maybe respond to sisters quickly, and then Jacek, if you have also a quick question, you may pose that after Cesar has answered, and then we'll continue our program.
Okay.
Please, Cesar.
Well, Sisters is an angels investor fund. They're located in Switzerland. I mean, if you need the contact, I can send you the link. I work with them globally, and I work with them, especially in Latin America, supporting their technology startups. That's what I can tell. Usually that type of work, we do it pro bono, or we charge a fee that is symbolic, because we want to give back to those small entrepreneurs and help them to grow. Similar situation with SAFIM, Women Entrepreneurship for Africa. We don't charge, or we charge a flat fee, which is very small, to help those entrepreneurs grow in their markets. And we're also working with the venture mentoring team in South Florida, and we're helping small entrepreneurs in the US as well. That's what I have. Thank you.